Hello and welcome to our lecture on the professional digital profile page, how to become a freelance writer. This is Kelsey Stewart. I'm your faculty advisor with the Moore Park Reporter, and this lecture is just a guideline for how to set up our professional image, branding image, short bios, and just kind of get a streamlined content of who you are as a professional writer. So, where to start? You need more than just a desire to write in order to make it out there. First step is creating a personal website or an enhanced LinkedIn site. Second step is creating an About Me or personal bio. The third is including all of your multimedia or published work or story links. This, again, if you're a photographer, this could be your photos. This could be any kind of content you've written for, companies you've managed, PR, so forth that you've done. The step 4 is a professional headshot. Step 5 is creating a profile, so even a smaller profile that would be shared on other platforms. So if you are a freelance writer, then you would show up on other websites like eByline or Muckrack, and they would have a short bio that you would then link your landing page to. The last step is starting a social media plan. So once you get yourself out there, you're professional, you have your Twitter handle, and so forth, you start creating a plan to reach your selected audience. So, creating a personal website. There's a bunch of options now. These are a few free platforms. Squarespace actually does charge now. But again, it depends what type of format you're doing. There's business accounts, there's just basic accounts. It just kind of depends what you would like to do. Here is an example of a domain purchase. So I use my name, which I highly recommend, as it's going to be just the most credible version of your credibility since it's your name. So Kelsey Stewart was taken, though, so I used Kelsey Ann Stewart. It's my middle name. Bought a landing page, connected it with one of my Gmail accounts that actually has my name in it. So a domain is the unique name that individuals or businesses register with a domain registrar to claim their own space on the internet. Think about renting an office building. That's kind of what your domain is. It's needed by a web host, though, to publish your site. So some web hosts offer a combination of domain purchases and web hosting. It just kind of depends who you use. Squarespace, when I purchased my site with them, actually offered a domain purchase as well. So most of them do that now. Here's an example of just a domain purchase. You can use any of these. Google offers them as well. So lots of options. Here's how you would type in your domain to see if it's available. Again, this is coming strictly from GoDaddy. If you're using Google or if you're actually on Squarespace, you can figure out which type of purchase or which type of platform you want to use. Then if you see here at the bottom, it says .net, .org, .info. So you could purchase all of them and just own that domain, which is just giving your SEO opportunity. In a sense, higher SEO, or you could just purchase one. The .com is obviously the most popular, and if you're able to get that, fantastic. Here's a personal website About Me little snapshot. So once you get your website set up, you will add an About Me page to highlight your accomplishments, expertise, as well as your social media contact information. The point of this page is to make sure that the rest of your website backs it up. So when you go to a regular website for a person, you're going to see kind of what they're about and what they're, perhaps they have a business or a certain type of skill set. Their About Me is going to be literally a blend of a narrative between a cover letter and a resume. So About Me is going to be a little bit longer. It's going to open up, options for, you're going to have like your publications or whatever you're talking about yourself. You're going to back that up on your About Me page in a narrative form. This site example is an example of Jane, one of our desk editors. So Jane was in the process of developing actually a website for her name. This would be an example of what we would offer of her narrative, of her small About Me. This is called a micro bio, and we link her name here. We have her position here with us, and then she talks a little bit about who she is, and then at the very end, once she gets her website out, she would have www.janewalgreen.com. So this is just an example of where you would see your work as well. Personal bio About Me page is for personal related work. Website acts as a form of advertising. that can help colleagues or current potential employer or clients quickly determine if you're the right person for the job. So another option with your personal bio about me page is that you are going to have people check it out. Think about a new business or even a new say you're going to a show, you're going to something and you want to find out more about it, you're going to always hit that for more information or our mission statement or about me page, just depending what the business is. Or the individual. It just shows who you are and what your skill set is, what your beat coverage is in regards to journalism, gives your employers a little bit of an idea of what to look for. So remember, when you're writing these, the About Me page is really who you are reaching. So if you are gifted at a lot of different categories, but your website is really about you being a freelance writer and what you can write about, then you want to make sure that your About Me really hones in on those skill sets. You don't want to talk about your CPR certification if it's not relevant to you covering crime scenes or breaking news or so forth. You don't want to talk about your hobbies in art or your hobbies, in with the environment if it's not relevant to your beat coverage. You don't want to talk about the fact that you can speak multiple languages if it's not relevant to where you coverage and the demographic that you cover, or just anything pertaining to what you're offering and what you can say you can do. So you want to make sure you back up with your skill set, your interests, what you are able to. If you have any certificates, you definitely want to put those on there too, just to back up who you are, what you do, and what you're trying to get your audience to buy in. So you want to highlight skills of the audience you are writing to seek out in their staff reporters. So if you have an idea of who you are trying to reach, if you have a reporter or a journalist that you're following that you think is just exactly who you want to be, then I would definitely take a look at their bio. I would definitely take a look at their worksite page and just kind of mirror that with your own words and with your own skill sets. Make sure that if you have a specialization, it's clear and professional. Make sure that you have no grammar or spelling errors. That's huge. So tips for writing your About Me page. You want to know your audience. You want to grab attention, tell your story, stand out, use a tone that reflects who you are. I've had third person and first person. It is up to you how you want to write it. And then make sure you also have a professional photo or a headshot. So here's an example of the About Me page. This is a content writing, travel writing, copying, editing young lady who gives us a little bit of her About Me right here, as well as highlights what she's able to do. She also has some accreditation right here with a big block out quote, which is great. So here's another example. If you go up here to his choices, you can see about, services rates, portfolio, testimonies. So make sure that your layout starts with a personal mission statement of kind of who you are. Then you want to go into how you qualify for the work that you're saying that you can do. You want to include education and credentials and personality and strength. So that should all be in your About bio, your longer version. So this would be on your own website. When you're talking about a short professional bio, this will be listed on your own. So a personal bio and About Me page will be listed most likely on your own personal website. A shorter version will appear on the following sites. Like I showed you, we will definitely have it on the More Park Reporter site. The About the author section in the back of your book, a LinkedIn summary, the author byline in your website or guest post, speaker one sheet. You meet our team or about us on employee website. So More Park Reporter, meet the staff. So the short bio layout, they're gaining popularity because the attention spans are shorter, but also because more platforms are favoring the shorter format. So which actually goes in to attention spans being shorter. So people are not going to want to read a 10-paragraph About Me personal bio. So Twitter has a 160 character limit on user bios. So author bylines and on many websites are limited to 2 to 3 sentences. LinkedIn doesn't show your whole summary unless the users clicked show more. So you want to make sure that you can get about 3 sentences out that are in general gripping to your audience and just give a relevancy of what you can do and credibility all in one. Bios in general don't have a strict word count. It depends on the media or platform used. In general, however, a micro bio is usually 2 to 3 short sentences, similar to those in Twitter and website bylines, where a short bio may have about 100 words or 3 to 5 short paragraphs. So here's a short bio example. So Katie Hendricks is a freelance writer and social media manager who helps finance professionals and startups to build an audience and get more paying clients online. Before starting a writing business, Kate spent 6 years as a bank teller and virtual assistant for financial companies in the US and UK. So if anyone's noticing this, this is not AP style. So she's obviously, seeking a different audience rather than becoming a reporter. But she's offering to be a freelance writer and social media manager, and she has a beat in finance professionals. So she wants to help with finance. She chose to use her first name. Maybe that's the audience she's trying to reach. She also shot out which type of sports she likes, archery. So it's a very casual kind of style. And then it also gives her availability for marketing and writing projects as well as private consultations. You can reach her at, here's her professional website, email. Short bio. So here's a short bio. Ryan Parman is an end-to-end product developer who takes a wide view of the whole system he created. So here we go. We can see exactly what he's done, and it's linked, which is really great. Ryan inherently understands that the customer is the single most valued asset on an organization that an organization can have, and is driven by unrelenting pursuit of customer-driven focus, ideals, and user experiences. Ryan's aptly named blog, Flailing Wildly, is where he writes about ideas longer than 140 characters. So he's kind of playing on words and also highlights his blog. So that's great. We're able to see what he's done. We're able to see his blog. Maybe that's how we would reach him. So that's his short bio. Here's a micro bio. So again, this is something that you're going to see on Amazon. And this would be an Amazon and USA Today bestseller of 6 novels. So right there, we're knowing, hey, this guy has written a lot, and he has been awarded with the novels that he's written, and includes a few of his novels. This is where he lives, and a little bit about his family life. Then he's telling about something that's coming up in one of his books. And look, here's his little socials feed. So that's great. Short micro bio, a couple of sentences, fits on right underneath his headshot. Great job. So social media platform, you want to make sure that, like our other author just did, that you streamline your social media accounts. So you want to create a beat for your professional platforms, whether you're doing actual reporting or just some version of digital media writing. Remember Kate, who was a finance expert, she wasn't offering to cover stories and reporting on finance. She was offering more the marketing and social media side of it. So you want to become an expert in whatever you are choosing to kind of fine-tune yourself into. You want to retweet and repost as much content from reliable sources daily as possible. You want to include multimedia elements as much as possible. So here are some professional outreach recommendations. Use the same headshot for everything. So you want to think of your face as brand recognition for your domain, for your email, for every single profile account you have set up in regards to even being an author in Amazon or, your YouTube account. Everything should have one branding image. You want to use the same short bio and micro bio for all social media and content websites. So make sure it says the same thing. You're just creating a familiar face and kind of narrative that will tell your audience, this is the same person, this is what they do. You want to get a professional website that is a landing page for all of your other platforms and craft it to your needs. I highly recommend this. Again, though, LinkedIn has beefed up what they're offering as far as a landing page style kind of profile page for what you can do. So check that out as well. You want to purchase your domain and all affiliates if you can to further your own brand. Then you want to develop a social media platform and maintain that image. So if you are a breaking news reporter, you want to make sure that that is exactly the image that you're able to kind of showcase. In fact, that will tie in with your headshot too. If you're more of an active you're trying to reach a more active audience, you might want to show yourself being active. You might want to get creative with how you kind of put those photos out. Then lastly, you want to write every day. Make sure that you're doing what you are saying that you can do and just keeping yourself up to date. All right. So that is all I have. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me. This is just kind of getting yourself ready for professional outreach, for professional journalism, digital media. Good luck.